We've obtained a copy of the Chief of the Defense Staff initiating directive for the military's response to that scathing report by former Supreme Court Justice Madame Marie Deschamps. These orders are the orders that set up that team that's headed by Major General Christine Whitecross that is supposed to respond to those 10 recommendations. The key one, that there be an independent center of accountability, independent of the military chain of command, to help provide expertise and support to victims, as well as a place that victims can report any sorts of sexual assault or abuse or harassment. Now, these documents suggest that military brass should plan to ignore at least part of those recommendations that were laid out by Madam Justice Marie Deschamps. These orders were written for Major General Whitecross. They were distributed to the entire sort of command team of the Canadian Forces, and we got a copy of them under the Access to Information Act. Now, Major General Whitecross says that she doesn't believe that she's been constrained in any way and that she won't be able to do a full job.
My marching orders are very clear. My mandate is to put a team together to get an action plan to address all 10 recommendations.
Now, Heather, we asked the military about these orders, these planning documents that we've obtained, and they say that these orders are still in force today, that there's been no change to the assumptions that were put in place in these orders, that some of these things that Whitecross is to look into will not change. We also spoke to Joyce Murray, the Liberal defense critic, and she says that these orders clearly set limitations around what the military response team can do and how far it can go.
They are clearly limitations. And they are limitations on a framework that has been proposed by Madame Deschamps to actually address this culture.
Now, Murray says it's time for the Defense Minister, Jason Kenney, to weigh into this report. We haven't heard back from his office yet, but we have heard from the Office of the Chief of the Defense Staff, and they believe that Whitecross can do what she needs to do, whatever these